Wanda, pick me up. I'm gonna jump again.
Don't do it. You're not gonna make it this time.
Here goes.
Oh no, I mean, like, my life is so fucking sad because who am I gonna?
How sad is it?
Well, who am I gonna beat off to now that Becky the carpet bitch died?
Oh no, dude! She took the magic carpet ride to heaven. R.I.P. lady.
Moment of silence for the carpet bitch.
Bro, I thought she was fucking 80. She's like 61.
Dude, she was an old bitch back in the 90s. But
Dude.
no, dude, they should do one last Becky's commercial where she just flies off into heaven.
Dude,
Like,
they should.
bro.
They really should. She goes through the arch and then like over to Illinois and just fucking.
Well, no, not in Illinois.
Not in Illinois.
You see her get to the other side and she U-turns up into heaven. She just fucking flips a bitch. Oh damn. I think the other one might be dead already.
Dude, at the end, and just in cursive, it just says she went off to go to the big mattress or the big carpet store in the sky, and it's just like heaven's like a fucking carpet depot. That'd be fucking.
She got shot out of the
St.
sky
Louis
by the fucking by the fountain. What do they call it? The Gateway Fountain. It just bidayed her ass out of there.
Dude, the East Side Crips just load clips into her. She's flying by.
They're like, yeah, dude, as a like in respect. Like as a sign of respect. That's not even like a disrespectful thing. That's like
so. Who did it first? Was it Becky or Aladdin? Who did it first? Who did it first? who was carpet ride? Who was carpet riding? Was like
we got to ask the Disney
scientist
scientist up top.
She made all that money and she opened all those locations because she sued Disney when Aladdin came out. Dude.
Like, bro, you took my goddamn stick. You took my whole goddamn thing. What are you doing here?
A whole new world. That was my idea, motherfuckers. Dude.
Maybe Bob Iger's the one who offed her.
So, Stu, what came first?
Well,
it had to be Aladdin.
Aladdin is derived from an ancient story where actually Agrabah, the literal translation of Agrabah, is Baghdad. So the original Aladdin tale takes place in Baghdad.
Dude, it's one of the original Arabian Nights tales, correct?
There you go,
bro. I can find you a fucking throwback story of some fat bitch in the past. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure that. What do you think goes back? Who do you think dates back longer? The Aladdin story or fat bitches?
Dude,
that's
you
a good question for you.
You ever seen that like that fat bitch artifact in Africa where it's like the lady with the pot belly? It's the African fertility statue. Definitely,
dude.
fat bitches have been ruling the world.
Dude, imagine
since the world started turning.
Imagine being the first fat bitch. Like you're the first person that we evolved from monkeys, and like we're always like scouring for food and like hunter gatherer. Imagine being the first bitch that had so much. You're the first fat bitch, and everyone was like,
she's so good at fucking that everybody just goes off and hunts for her and everything like that. She doesn't have to like lift a finger. She's like,
they probably thought she was like, they probably thought he and or she. I mean, whoever, because I guess fat dudes have been around forever, but you know, I mean, I guess there hadn't been a first fat dude either. I guess, you know, either way, they probably worshipped them.
Either that, or they hate
back and like,
bitch. Because can you imagine going out hunting, then coming back
dude,
and
look at all the kings in the past.
And you're like, motherfucker,
dude, just look at kings in the past and look at all the all the people that were like looked up to who like just like the rulers. They're always like heavy set motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like. And then you got Jabba the Hutt in Star Wars. He was a, you know, like
dude, he was pulling some way out of his league strange.
Unruly pussy. And he was
like,
a slug.
Like Jelly Roll and his chick.
Bro, and Jelly Roll. Bro, look, and okay, I'm not going to sit here and hate on that guy because I really don't know much about him. He seems like a really cool guy. Music sucks. Music sucks.
His rap is shit.
It all sucks.
Oh,
yeah. Jack,
I just have this problem with
I'm more of a Kid Rock guy.
Well, it's like the Post Malone,
the rockabilly, rapabilly.
Yeah, see, like if you want to be, come on, bro, throw on some, some fucking. I've been sitting here just wasting time. You know what I'm saying? Like a little twang to it,
dude.
White guy, the white.
I love that rendition.
gave it to us. You get, I feel like you get Jelly Roll and Post Malone, and like they're just like white guy. Like,
are you saying they're the modern day they're the modern day kings because they're fat and they're like,
well, bro,
on top of the world?
I'm pretty sure I just read somewhere that like Post Malone's coming out with a country album, and it's like, well, duh, because he just fucking raped the rap genre. That's all he did. He came in, dropped a fucking couple hip hop albums, and immediately changed his look. Immediately changed how he dressed. Immediately started acting like a fucking redneck.
Immediately moved to Utah.
This guy has been fucking, you know, I just feel like he totally, like, you want to talk about cultural appropriation. Like, that guy fucking just, I mean, the moment he got popular, he went full white boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he took off the FUBU, took off the fucking, you know, he used to, like, he'd always braid his hair, but it was always like kind of like, you know, like the hipster he almost looked like a hipster Jew, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like fucking, and like a moment that happened, now you see him, he looks like he's been fucking shooting heroin, like he's all hunched over, you know, his t-shirts are ripped, you know, he's fucking doing Nirvana covers. It's like, bro,
I was fighting that for a long time where you're just like, dude, fuck him for like what do they call that? What's the board that you jump into the pool off of?
The
diving board.
He's like diving boarding off of fucking rap in order to establish a career, and then immediately was just like later hip hop, and just like went on. I was like, but like you got a point, dude.
It's so annoying. Like, don't get me wrong, he's still like in touch with it. Like, he's still got all these features and shit. Like, you know, and I'm not. I don't like hate Post Malone's music. I just think that like, it's just like, damn. And like Jelly Roll, at least Jelly Roll came in, like, he kind of fucking rode in after that. Like, after Post Malone kind of set the wave, he was like, all right, you know, I don't really have to go in and.
He's like, there's a market for just fat, ugly dudes with face tats.
He's like, I don't even really have to go into rap first. I can just kind of go in as the hybrid. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just showed up. But props to but the main point of all this is Jelly Roll's pulling pussy that's out of this fucking world, and he sure is. He sure is. So major props to Jelly Roll. His wife is, and it's cool he's married. You know, it's cool that
his wife. He got with his wife when he was homeless.
She was a former Vegas. She was a former Vegas escort.
She was like a high dollar escort, and he is like a guy that was like fresh out of like jail, reformed crack dealer.
He's very talented. I mean, he can sing. I just don't.
Dude,
go ahead. Tell me.
I was gonna say, like,
lay it
the
on
moment
me.
He stopped doing drugs and he got really fat.
Jelly Roll.
Yeah,
that's how it happens, dude.
I don't even have that cool of a story though.
Bro, when I mean, I can't sit here and go, oh, I got fat. But I mean, I went from wearing small, medium shirts in my early 20s to fucking, I'm wearing extra larges now. I'm still built like a medium guy, but I'm just growing outward because the moment I quit drinking alcohol and smoking cigarettes, I just replaced that with soda and shitty food. So it's like, I just fucking eat, and I can see like people who get off. That's how that shit happens. Like, people.
Dude, the doctor's gonna tell you to go back on the alcohol soon.
They're gonna be like, dude, can you please start drinking again?
Yeah. Your cholesterol's out of this fucking world.
Bro, please smoke a cigarette.
I'm gonna go see my doctor. My doctor's gonna tell me to start
something to cut
again.
The cravings down, bro.
He's like, start smoking cigarettes again, Stuart. Good God.
He's like, Stuart. He's like, he like turns around, he reaches in the drawer, he like pulls. You see him tearing off. He turns around, he hands you like a $10, like a $5 off coupon. He's like, go get a carton of cigarettes. he's like, bro, because this has got to stop.
Yep.
He's like, he's like, do you know what cigarette smoke does to you, Stu? And he's like, look at this heart. And he pulls out a heart, and Stu's like, holy shit, is that a cigarette smoker's heart? He's like, no, this is a picture of your heart.
He's like, so you need to start smoking at least a pack a day.
The healthy one on the right is the healthy one you said is the cigarette smoker's heart.
Yeah, no, but seriously, I mean, that's how it happens though. I mean, like, but Jelly Roll, that's a big boy. So there's like getting sober and getting big, and then there's getting sober and getting Jelly Roll, and fucking Jelly Roll got Jelly Roll, boy. That's a big boy. But props to him for locking down a fucking. I'll still always knock people for marrying strippers. or not even a stripper, but like an escort. Paul George has got like one of the baddest chicks in the world. But like, I don't care. You know why? Because she's a stripper. You took her off a pole, and I dated a stripper for 6 months. I mean, we all know that. I lived with a stripper for 6 months.
Still not over it.
Great gal, you know, but fucking.
What about Cardi B? Is Cardi B? She was a stripper, right?
But Cardi B like fucking like it made her own career. He pulled that bitch off a pole and said, "I'm gonna wife you. Like I'm gonna take you out of this life."
Didn't Joe Rogan do that?
Did he? I don't know.
I think Joe Rogan's wife.
Does Joe Rogan really have a family? Like I really want to know.
He has a dog. I've only seen.
No one's ever seen the family, like ever. We see
the dog in the cars.
And I was gonna say,
got his own fucking Instagram.
And I was gonna say, let he who has not said to a stripper, "You are so beautiful, I need to get you out of here," cast the first stone. You know what I mean?
Let me
I mean, we've all been there at the strip club, being like, "You are way too pretty to be working here.
Like,
I will
let me take you away from here.
Yes,
like, I'm going to save you."
I think about that.
I'm gonna lay it all out in the line for you, baby girl.
I think about that.
This is the night you've been waiting for. Get in my car.
That one and only lap dance I ever got in my life.
One?
I think, yeah. My 18th birthday.
Damn. Is that the last time you went to a clubby? The strip clubby?
Yeah.
You had to wear a bracelet that says you can't drink alcohol when you're 18.
No, they gave me a lime green
t-shirt,
and all the girls signed it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's so funny.
Let's go.
It smelled like it was covered in body glitter and like fucking bad fucking broken.
Should have hit some of that PCP for you in there, dude. And fucking
we had to grab the shirt out of the fucking lost and found.
I'll save every bitch. It wasn't
like a new shirt.
He goes, "I'll save every one of you bitches. I'll save everyone, every single one, everyone, right now on my back." He's like, "Everyone get on my back." But fucking dude. So which one was it? Was it in St. Louis? Obviously.
TT's.
Yeah. Which is not a thing anymore.
No shit.
The building's still there, but it's all changed. Like Penthouse isn't Penthouse anymore, the one I worked at, next door.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's not Penthouse. I forget what it's called now, but it's like something there's like Hard Rock Cabaret and then there's something else, but I don't know. I haven't been to a strip club since I quit working at one because like that was all I needed. Like I used to love going to strip. I used to love going, like me and Dave and we used to we were the fucking let's do a little nose dance and take a trip over to the fucking east side. And bro, I loved it. But then after working at one, like, so I literally sold the private dances. So like you had to come up to me. So when you had to go right, straight up. So like they come up, a chick would come up with the dude. I'd have to sell him a wristband. I'd have to count how many songs the chicks were back there because they owed the club $5 per song. Because like every song you're back there, you're not up there shaking your ass for the club. So you have to pay per song. You get the club gets a cut because all of them are
you're an independent.
They're all independent contractor. So they're all fucking. That's why none of them can get fired because like if they get fired, they just terminate their contract and they can literally just reapply and like more than likely they're gonna. It's a wild world that I've learned about. But anyway, like,
sweet.
So you had to walk up to. So I was taking the thing, and that's how I made my money because I got tipped. Well, girls tipped afterwards, and I would be like, "Oh, you're back there for 6 songs. I only got you down for 2." You know what I'm saying? Like you only owe the club $10. Throw me money. You know what I'm saying? So I would get a fuck ton of money. But at the end of the night, there was always these girls who like when they heard their name, they'd wait till they heard their name called. So then they'd be in the back and they'd be like maybe miss the first song. They'd come running out going, "Nick, I don't have time. I'll be back. I'll pay you later. I got to get on stage."
And they're like, they're like, "I'll get you back, Nick."
No, well, actually, no. This is a real thing. I actually had to buy a industrial flashlight to carry around because while that's going on, I have to, if there's no line, I have to actively be walking in and poking my head into these dances and making sure they're not fucking and sucking. So I would like literally flash you in the face with a flashlight while you're getting while you got some bitch grinding on your shit. And like,
you're just torqued up, Nick's flashing like little light show in your fucking eyes.
Yeah. Like, dude, and the best part, so like this is what turned me off to all of it. At the end of the night, I had to figure out which chicks, because I had a drawer. Like I had had a drawer that I started with. I had to be like, they counted that. I had to count my drawer in front of the manager every single night. You lined up, you sat down in a chair in this cracked out fucking room, and you're sitting there counting out all this nasty money out for him, making sure you're on. So before I did that, I had to go back into the dressing rooms and I had to go back. So they're all changing.
Shake down your bitches.
And I had to go to every single one of them and be like, you owe me this, you owe me this, you owe me this, you owe me this. And when I tell you the nastiest place I've ever been in my entire life is a stripper's restroom, I promise you it is. I would rather hang out in like one of the nastiest men's bathrooms you could find. Like just bloody fucking tampons thrown all over the place.
I knew where it was going.
Dude,
I knew
all
where it
that
was going.
shit. Weave, chick who were like taking out their hair and just like, bro, there was one chick who I won't put in names. There was a chick who like she shot so much fucking heroin.
Use her stripper name, dude. Come on.
No, I don't know. That bitch might still be trying to make a living out there. She literally shot so much fucking heroin that when she would go out for lunch or anything, so she wore like arm sleeves when she was on stage, so you didn't see all the tracks. They'd go. So if say she went and bought a hamburger, because I don't know if you guys have ever been to the East Side, outside of Pops, those guys are on Friday, Saturday nights. They're barbecuing, and you can buy all that food. So they'd go out there, say she went out there and bought a cheeseburger. She'd have to go back inside with that cheeseburger into the manager's office, and they'd layer by layer go through that cheeseburger to make sure her boyfriend didn't drop off a bag of heroin to her while she was on break. Shit you not.
That was her rule. Nobody else's rule.
No, that was the club's rule. That was the club was going. The club was going. You need to stop nodding out in those chairs over there.
No, I'm saying was the rule just for her?
Though? Oh yeah, that was just her rule because that was her rule because like so most
it's
chicks,
happened too many times.
Well, because most chicks like after you get off stage then you really start making money because you might get a guy attached to you. You're walking around, they sit with you at the bar. You're fucking acting like you care about him for hours. That type of shit. Right. She would just go sit down in a chair and nod the fuck off. So like she wouldn't make. So like she'd be like missing songs. Like where is she? She's asleep. That bitch is napping. But fucking,
dude, is there anything funnier than an angry stripper though? Like when a girl's like up on stage and no one is sitting at the edge of the stage and she's like, "Motherfuckers, get the fuck over here,
bro."
Angry strippers dudes are straight up laughing at them. Yeah,
it's what, bro.
It's rough.
That is a world that I do not. Like I said, I've not been back to one since. I've not even thought about going. Bro, I saw a chick name, and I'll use her name because I know she's probably not stripping anymore. She can't even be alive. But her stripper name was Tara. Bro, I watched a guy. Tara. That was just her stripper name, Tara. Yeah, you know her, right? That was the girl. Yeah, that was your favorite. Anyway, fucking
I was a more a Mercedes guy.
Mercedes.
Queen of
rev up with the Bugatti.
Yeah.
But dude, she owed this guy money for the Ron Daddy because dude, all them bitches were on fucking drugs. He walked in it was like a Tuesday night, no one's in there. She was like kind of shaking, dancing. Whenever it was like super dead on a night, like two chicks who were sharing a stage would just stand there kind of talking. He walked in and physically picked her up off stage and tried to walk out the door with her because she owed him money. And the security had to like literally step in between him and take a stripper back from another human
my
being.
Property.
over probably like $10.
$15,
yeah. Over like
awesome.
Like a fucking hot dog from like, bro, dude, there used to be guys that I'd work with who were just getting arrested on shift who owed child support. Like Pop PD or East St. Louis PD would come in and just like you see people getting hauled off mid shift. You're like, what the fuck is going on here?
They just have outstanding warrants and shit.
Yeah,
like, we know where these dirt bags are.
Yeah, it was wild. But fucking back to my main point. I know we kind of got crazy here, but I mean, I had to relive. I haven't relived my stripper days in a while.
I wish you were a stripper.
I don't respect people that marry one. Like Paul George, bro. I'll not only do you fucking choke it in the playoffs every year, like you have millions of reasons to be made fun of. That's the biggest one. You married a fucking
you fell in love with a stripper.
Yeah, it's foul. But all right, well, shifting gears here. This is something that's actually just going on today. I don't know if you guys saw that I put this in the fucking Discord, but did you see that dipshit who just graduated high school and then jumped off that fucking yacht or the cruise ship last night? So did you see it?
Yeah.
And there's video of him.
It's an insane video.
Yeah, the video,
do you have it?
Yeah, there's the video right there. So before you play it though, don't play it just yet. So if you find it, if you scroll down, if you click in the comments, one of the first comments should be the video. Like if you keep going down, If not, you will find the video. Yeah, maybe not. All right, maybe just type his name in or something. And
well, I think that the video's over here. This is the video.
Okay, yeah, there it is. It. So before you play it, we'll give a little background on it. So this kid, his name's Cameron or something, Cameron Robbies or something. I don't know. Either way, he's on this big trip in the Dominican or the Bahamas with his like entire graduating class for like a cruise, you know, because they just graduated. And I guess, you know, I actually, because I'm a fucking weirdo, I went to the kids or one of the kids' Instagrams and saw like, I found like a bunch of the friends and like all their pictures. Dude, they're getting fucked up on this cruise ship. They're like 18 years old getting torched.
I think you're allowed to be like 18 because you're
the
international waters. Yeah, exactly.
So you're fucking just, you know, so these kids they're 18 years old, fucking just
super rich kids,
cock filled with alcohol. And apparently somebody dared him to jump off this fucking cruise ship. And that's, you know, that's a thing. You see that all the time. Like you see people being dumbasses and jumping off cruise ships. Well, this is in the middle of the fucking night. One, you're never going to get me to do that because if you ever actually seen a cruise ship, they're huge. Like they're fucking giant.
Yeah. Like jumping off any point of it's probably like at the very least a 50-foot drop. And it's
ridiculous.
That's like if you jumped out of your cabin.
And that's like yeah. And that's right. That's a fucking generous fucking 50 feet's like generous.
You're probably going like 100 if you're going off the like the main deck where people are partying and shit.
Right. They're fucking huge. And not only that, all that water next to it is just like a fucking suction cup of just like, I mean, it's just pulling water to like, you know, while you're going by. And three, it's the middle of the goddamn night. What is scarier than fucking being in the middle of the ocean in the middle of the night? There is
like, what's the best case scenario? You're fucking treading water for like an hour until like some little tiny boat like finds you in the middle of the dark and
Coast Guard.
Because what do you think they're gonna pump the brakes on this cruise ship? That ain't happening.
We're gonna flip a bitch on this.
Well, they didn't. They kept going. That's the thing. Damn. Like they did not. They called the Coast Guard because like they fucking. So the video on here is he jumps off there. I guess these are his friends who are like, what a fucking idiot. Like he's swimming around and then you see him. I don't know if you tell me if you guys see it. It's kind of grainy. It's probably gonna be hard for us to see it on here. So if you watch it like off here, they say that like if you watch this video, it's like 20 seconds long. On the left hand side, they say that they think that they see a shark fin, and that's why he turns around and starts swimming towards the back. Because he at one point in the video he turns around and starts swimming to the back of the boat, and then a kid runs to the other side of the boat and he's gone. Like so he either got sucked under, or he got something. It's fucked up.
Well, dude, imagine if he didn't. Like, imagine how terrifying it would be just to see like the flashing lights and the party music of the fucking boat, just like slowly just disappearing over the horizon. And you realize you're in the middle of this fucking.
So they obviously can't pump that. They didn't stop this cruise ship because I mean, I imagine how long it would even take to get that like relayed to the guy driving that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah.
So it's like you have to find somebody on board that's got a radio or something. Like it's gonna take a minute. So and then I can't imagine how long it takes to stop a cruise ship. So so like you said,
what are you gonna do? Turn around and go back where you came from? You're gonna you're gonna hit him or kill him.
They throw him a floaty like a donut thing in the water, and it's too far. Like they throw it and like the current's pulling him away from it. But yeah, play the video real quick. I mean, it's fucked up. What a fucking idiot!
Oh, so I don't blast you guys out.
Oh my fucking god! Oh, bye bye! Oh shit! That's it! Hey, the
buoy! Dude, this is fucking wild.
This is fucking on, bro.
I think he's gone.
Bro, I'm not having a good time.
So people think that right here, that right there, they think that right there on the left, you see that kind of like thing come out of the water?
Yeah.
But I don't know about that.
Kind of look like a wave to me.
Yeah, it looks like a wave to me. It looks like a So, but people were like, how people on Twitter are.
What if he did get murked by a shark in like record time though? Like 20 seconds in the water, the shark.
The reason that people were saying this is because I guess people who have been on this cruise ship and like know the route. I guess a lot of these cruise ship, this cruise ship at least, I guess it doesn't really go super far off coast. Like it's off coast, but it's treading coast the entire time.
That's how.
they said the waters that they're coming back on at this point of the cruise are just littered with bull sharks. They say it's like hot, it's heat, it's kind of warmer water, and it's just full of bull sharks. So I mean, that doesn't mean that's a shark, but it's like I think that might be fueling kind of why people are making their eyes see that could, but it could be. I mean, could you imagine though how fucking terrible all of the things we just talked about, and now you add a shark? Like it's like, dude, oops.
Yeah, even if there wasn't a shark, I don't know that he would have survived that. Like, because how's he going to find land? How's he going to know which way to swim in the middle of the night? Black. Yeah, that's what I mean. There's no way. Like, if it was daylight, he has a minuscule chance. He is an athlete, obviously. I've watched like the video of like, because there's like a thing where like people like to, because it creates fucking so like a mile, like a half a miles away, like there's people that like will dive off docks and stuff, because far away it kind of creates, that's where the waves kind of hit, so like people, but there's apparently like they tell people not to do that, because like those waves, the current is so like it's pulling water, what I'm saying? So it's like basically like you don't very easily you can get, so even if this guy, like you said, obviously survives the jump, but like now you're stuck there, you're more than likely, if he's swimming to the back of the boat, you got to be thinking he's probably swimming towards the propeller, which is not a good idea. Yeah,
he should probably be swimming out, would be the way I would think, get away from the boat. Right. But more than likely, but they haven't been able to find him. This is like 2 days ago, 3 days. So obviously,
as of 9 hours ago, TMZ says that they called off the search. They're done.
Yeah, they called it. Right, they called it off.
What TMZ calls it? It's
bro. And get this. One of the kids that was on this cruise ship, who like was tagged in the photos on like one of these kids' Instagrams, who was like right here watching this, put up a post like in the last 12 hours of just like nothing about this, just him and his buddies on this thing, and it was a trip of a lifetime. This guy doesn't give a fuck.
It is.
This guy doesn't give a fuck. He says, bro, that guy's an idiot. He jumped off this fucking boat. The rest of this trip was lit. Like fuck dude, that, because this is Darwinism, dude.
That's what he does. The kid kind of deserves his friends to just be like fucking still just going absolutely insane, drinking down in like the Caribbean, like getting fucked up at nightclubs, and they're like this round's for Bobby. Yeah, just they move on so quick, like so fucking quick.
Just doing cheers for him and shit
in his memory. Dude, Bobby would have fucking loved this place, bro. Dude. Just like, dude, he died like 6 hours ago.
Bobby would have fucking loved this place. Like, you can see the search party in the background. They don't even, like, none of this is confirmed yet.
Maybe he's here, bro. In spirit, he is. I know
bro,
that's
Bobby would have loved this place. Yeah, dude. But I mean, this is so dumb. But yeah, this just happened today. So like, I'm obviously going to keep an eye on this shit, because this is like, I mean, he's dead as fuck. So
yeah, they're not gonna find shit.
I mean, oops on that.
Or what do they usually find? They usually find a foot still in the shoe, right? Like that's like what?
Dude, maybe he pulls a Tom Hanks in Castaway and deserted island for a couple of years.
That'd be balling. He shows up on the coastline.
Like, how fucking lit would that be? Like, this kid just like found a fucking like one of those blow up rafts and like just like rode it out for months.
Damn, next time we see him,
defying the odds.
Next time we see him, he has become a Somali pirate.
Yeah, that's how we find him. They're like missing baseball team robs fucking a cruise ship. You know what I'm saying? Like off the
he's gonna fucking end up in Cuba and have to play he's gonna end up in Cuba and have to play so good at baseball that he gets back to the United States that way.
He gets drafted, and
the Dominican Republic is like, he's ours.
He's ours.
Shows up on the island, starts hitting dingers. Going right off.
He has fucking amnesia, has no idea.
Just walks off the beach, picks up the bat. First swing. Right over left field.
How old are you, kid? I am 12.
I am 12.
Perfect answer.
They're like, good. Get in here. Yeah, so that's fucking hilarious. I was
R.I.P. to that guy.
Yeah, it video gives me the jeebs, the little heebie-jeebs, though. I'll tell you that, because I fucking hate big. Like, I like going to the ocean. I like getting in the ocean, but like big bodies of water, like it's terrifying. Like
it is
That's
terrifying.
Old school faces of death, right?
Would you
Remember
rather
those videos?
fly
Faces of death.
Would you rather fly from New York to London or get on a cruise ship from New York to London? Because I know you hate flying, you hate heights, and you also.
So here's the thing. I don't. Okay, and like here's the thing. I don't all the way hate flying. Like it's just one of those things where like that death is one of my. It would rank up there with like one of the most terrifying deaths. I don't want to be in a plane crash. Like I'd rather be crashing into land than crashing into the ocean, because there's a chance that asshole might pull up and like kind of glide into the
tries to fucking sully that shit,
and now you're just like I always say that Malaysia plane, those motherfuckers, if that thing landed and now you've crashed in a part of Pacific Ocean that man's never been to, like that is the most fuck you thing you could ever have. You just survived a plane crash, which is, what are the odds of that? Now you're standing on the wing of a 747 in a fucking part of the ocean. No, you're fucked. So like you're not going to survive this, and now you're just waiting for your death. That's terrifying. And like imagine at night, like you can't judge where the water's at. You just
these are the thoughts that Nick has crossing from St. Louis to Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah. Like, in a car.
Lake Michigan. You don't know? Are there sharks in there? I don't fucking know.
When Nick's in downtown Indianapolis, he's like,
I'm like, bro, plane crashes into the ocean, terrifying. But
he's saying this all to like an 8-year-old kid next to him.
But to answer your question, I think I'd rather fly, because the cruise ships are. I mean, like I'm not that scared. I still would be like, dude, let's get there. You know what I'm saying? Fuck this. I also have no patience either. But
it's been since what, like 1912, since there's been a bad cruise line from London to New York accident. So I think you're
but that would be my luck, and it would be something where the front office would be like, oh yeah, for sure, Dub, you got it. Like you got it. Get on that. Get on that.
The Titanic 2. It sounds like a good ship, bro.
He goes, dude, I did the scientific measures, and fucking it's unsinkable.
It's unsinkable.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, like they're like, yeah, fucking, I'm the first name on the news. They're like, this is the last known photo. I'm prematurely jumping. You know what I'm saying? They're like, this guy's fucking. I'm the guy that hits the propeller in the Titanic.
Ding.
That's another double fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
I like to think that the engineers of the Titanic hated that nickname, the unsinkable ship. They're like, wait, what's the media calling it? The unsinkable. Oh, I wouldn't call it that. like, I mean, it's a pretty good ship. Don't get me wrong, but
you're like, wait, who the fuck said that? who came up with that?
That wasn't us.
The bottom of it is aluminum foil.
I never said that shit.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. Well, I don't know. Like I said, I big bodies, they're terrifying. Like obviously when I visit a beach, I'll shimmy out and I'll get out there and I'll get to where like I can't touch. I'll go pretty far out. Like I'm not like fucking like those people who will like if they were deep sea fishing or something and they're like, oh, you want to jump in? No, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm fucking good. I don't want to scuba dive. Like I mean, I think scuba diving videos are dope. It's cool as shit. I would scuba dive 10 out of 10, 100 out of 10 times before I did any of that dumbass cave shit where those people are fucking,
spelunking?
You know, like where they're like literally have to take off their shirt to get through things. And they're like,
oh yeah,
I'm more claustrophobic than probably anything. That's probably my main thing. Like that is terrifying.
Homophobic, claustrophobic, right?
Well, yeah, homophobia. My homophobia and claustrophobia are. I mean, it's like a never-ending battle. Who's in first place? Dicks are tight spaces.
God forbid you ever get stuck in a tight asshole.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my biggest fear. I say dicks in tight spaces. It's almost there's a world where they both exist, and it's. But my number one. So all these things about death. My number one fear of death is being buried alive. It would be the worst. Kill me literally almost any other way. Maybe not that fucking gay bullfrog that you guys are always talking about, or the whatever
blazing bull, the blazing bull.
Oh yeah, but
I learned about a new one this week. Actually, it was you get sawed in half and they hold you up by your ankles and saw you through your groin. That's the newest medieval torture.
Yeah, see, I mean, obviously, like I don't want any of that prehistoric shit. But being buried alive, like I can only imagine being like 6 feet under and you're just trying to push. Like I would get so pissed off. Like you're just trying to, like it would just be so. The hopeless feeling of that is just awful. So
in the night, back in like the mid '80s, there was a guy that was scuba diving at Lake Tahoe in California, and he ended up sinking down and dying, and they never found his body. And a couple years ago, they found his body, and because Lake Tahoe, all the water of Tahoe is snow melting and then running off down from the mountains, so it's so cold, and it's also a super deep lake. So when you get down to a certain depth, like it's below freezing, but it's still
preserved his body, didn't it?
They found his body totally preserved, still in his fucking like scuba gear and his mask and all that shit. And so last time I was there at Tahoe swimming around, I was swimming around having a great time, but in the back of my mind, I was like, if my foot touches something, I'm gonna scream like a little bitch.
Dude, could you imagine that? Like,
I don't want to kick some dead body in the face, just like treading.
That's so fun.
It just looks like Austin Powers frozen. It was like Austin Powers frozen, and he just floats to the top in an ice cube.
She's in the 20s.
You know, it was in the 80s. This guy was like, he was scuba diving, and his body
fucking time.
He something happened to his oxygen mask or something, and he just went down.
Well, there's that. So there's that movie, and which kind of is like it's like two biggest fear. It's like it's colliding, and it's a true story. It's a documentary. But they made a movie about it, about those people who were scuba diving and their boat took off because while they were scuba diving, they miscounted or they didn't do it. It was that husband and wife. And, I think they ended up maybe both dying or one survived, or I can't remember, but like, could you imagine like you're having the time of your life scuba diving, you're on like your anniversary or your honeymoon or what the fuck ever, and you come up from that and your boat's gone?
Dude. Fuck that.
Like, dude, fuck that.
and then like, it's not like they have a place where they're like, okay, well, we left him here. Well, fine, but like you drifted. You are miles of fucking way by the time they get back to the coordinates where they're like, well, this is where we fucking dropped anchor.
Dude,
dude.
Damn. It's fucking ridiculous. Like but I would definitely scuba dive over cave. I'll walk through caves and stuff. Like, that's cool. But like, you get into like that stuff where those dudes are fucking like going head first and like, you know, they're squeezing. I mean, literally like
wiggling themselves.
Sucking their stomachs in to get through places. And like, no, thank you. Like,
there's that cave in Utah where that guy got stuck in a really like precarious like angle, and his feet were up, and the blood was pooling in his head, and they ended up closing up that cave and filling it in with concrete because they couldn't get his body out.
Couldn't get him out.
You are forever part of this fucking cave,
dude. And the worst part of that story is while one of the last days before the guy ended up fucking dying, because like they could hear him kind of gasping, like like eventually he just stopped making noises, but while they were he was at such a fucked up angle that after the blood had already left all the bottom part of his body, when they tried to bring him up, his legs snapped. Both of his legs broke because they were so nimble while they were trying to get him out. So he's down there upside down in the worst spot. His leg, they said it's got to be 10 times more painful because it's just like no blood in your body, in that part of your body. And they
have your feet ever like fallen asleep and you try to get up and your feet hurt?
Like, dude, like just thinking of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just makes me fucking sick. That's terrifying. And you got to think the whole fucking time you're down there, you're thinking, this is my fault. All I had to do was not climb into this fucking obviously not man-made or even nature. This is not meant to happen. I'm not meant to be here. And I force fucked my way into nature, and nature said, LOL. Oops. You idiot. You know?
You remember that dude on the cook on the fishing ship a couple years ago? He went down with the ship sank, everybody died, and then there was a team of people who were going to like salvage.
I remember that.
And they went into the ship and they were like pulling bodies out and stuff so that they can get the proper burial and the families have closure. Days after the ship went down, they're going through and they're in the kitchen of the ship, deep within the bowels of the ship, and they see a guy's leg and they grab it and the guy moves and they realize we have a fucking guy hundreds of feet down in like an air bubble.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah,
dude,
he's an air pocket. He like grabs them back and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it scares the shit out of them because this guy fucking moved and it's the chef that's just sitting there, just like he's been there for days, just in the pitch black, waiting to fucking die.
They said he had like 3 to 5 hours of air left max, like before he was going to dead too.
Dude,
That,
you got it. Oh my god,
he's already
that's
come to
terrifying.
terms with his shit. He had days.
I'd almost not want to, like, how do you come back from that?
He went back out on fucking boats.
Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a man right there.
He's like, I am a ship cook. That's what I do. You're like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
What's your resume experience? What's your resume experience? They're like,
Let me tell
fuck you.
Yeah, he's like, no, you're gonna hire me. That's
video is so fucking intense when like the helmet comes up and the guy's like, and his eyes are just super dilated from the light, and he's just like, am I looking at fucking God or am I looking at fucking
like what is happening here? Yeah, that's terrible.
Some dude named Topher takes off a mask. He's like, bro, dude, what are you doing down here? You're like, think it's an angel or some shit.
Yeah.
You're like having an out of body, like the most memorable experience of your life.
Dude, fuck all that. Well, I mean, shit. Where are you at then today, Jack? Are you in the ocean? Are you in
Flat
the,
Earth?
Is that where you're at? Oh, that flat Earth. Oh, damn.
Flat.
So that's the ocean running off the. Is that the ice wall?
Yeah, well, the ice wall is like, wait, I'm always so bad at this. This over here.
He's got a cold shoulder.
But look at that. You got a little water running off the side. So is that a little the oceans running off into space?
Yeah, dude. That's, I mean, and then it gets recycled back through the atmosphere via rain, as you can see. No. Yeah. Then there's the big ball of light, which some people call the sun. That just,
So the ice walls are what? Where is the ice wall? Point at that. It's right there. It's at the equator, right?
It's like
Well, there is no equator.
There.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Right
That's
there.
I see it. Damn.
Antarctica.
Yeah, damn.
Well, like, who benefits from tricking the entire population of Earth that the planet is flat? Like,
nobody. Fucking nobody. Stu.
It's just a
Map
game.
makers?
It's a game for them because if they can trick you into something as simple as the Earth not being round, then they can trick you about anything.
Jack, I will mute you and take you off this show. I
So
promise.
would you rather be stuck in a cave like that, or would you rather drown or like be that guy? What's more terrifying, being that guy stuck in the dark for days and days and days,
and
or
just
like
suffocate eventually?
And just suffocating eventually, or like you're just hanging out, you're on your buoy, you're just out there floating in the ocean, and then you see the edge. You know what I'm saying? Like
you're about to fall off the edge of the.
You're about to fall off the edge of flat Earth. What's more
I'd rather
terrifying?
have that experience. At least I'd have that moment because first of all, it's like at least I'm not just stuck in.
Well, the CIA is
you
probably
just start
sitting there
suffocating though. The moment you get into space, wouldn't you just immediately start suffocating?
Well, I think my theory is that like the army and the CIA are standing at the ice wall, like blocking it so nobody goes past it.
Well, that's the theory is that's why you can't go to Antarctica. Like Antarctica, they like
exactly. Yeah, what is it? Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Just fucking
open a fucking door.
Dude, they let you fucking do the Truman Show, walk up the stairs right at the end of the fuck. If you make it to the ice wall, then they fucking piece you right in the back of the head.
Dude, how fucking wild would that be? Like they're like, damn, I don't know. Becky floated really far away and she never came back, and then you find out that fucking, you find out that like she got suicided twice in the back of the head.
I do think that flat Earth is definitely like a CIA psyop, and I think I figured out like the motivation because Stu, you were like, why would anybody do this? The military puts it out there into the public as flat Earth to see how many people buy in, and there's like, so they know who's dumb and they know who's motivated to act. So when they act on it in public and they're like motivated, and if they're a military aged male, they're like jackpot. Then that guy gets he gets like 4 flyers in the mail when he turns 18. They're like, join the Navy, and then he's like, I don't really give a fuck about any of those. And so the military was like, okay, so what are we gonna do? Then they created the Space Force to get all the flat earthers and be like, oh, I'm gonna do Space Force for fucking sure. And now they got all the Looney Tunes.
Is the Space Force like an active thing? What happened with that?
But Space Force is an active branch of our military, dude.
They actually build a number of
not as shiny and new anymore.
They're building
they don't really do anything.
They're gonna build a Death Star, and it's gonna be fucking sweet.
So are they just a bunch of virgins like playing around?
Bunch of Trekkies.
It's just a bunch of leftovers from the Trump administration who are like really
honestly though, that might be the best.
They're trying to like bring Jesus to space like via like by like a big cross that they're gonna like make into a satellite and shit. It's gonna be sweet.
That might be the best flat Earth. Description of like that might be the best theory I've ever heard.
We're gonna indoctrinate you throughout high school, our public school system, to and only once we've hammered it down that the Earth is round and you graduate. Here comes that letter in the mail for the selective service.
Yeah,
like, if there's ever a draft.
Yeah, the next draft they know
yeah.
calling first. They're like bringing the flat earthers.
They fuck up and actually put like your YouTube fucking name as like to the letter. It's like to 420 Blaze It. We would like to invite you to West Point. He's like, wait, what the fuck is this letter? By Curious George, you've been inducted to the military academy.
Private
the CIA did at 05.
420.
It's Zeitgeist 9. Yeah, that's fucking that's probably you're probably more spot on than anybody else have heard. And I didn't even notice it. I've been staring at it the whole time I was talking about the ocean. I'm like, damn, I see the ocean. I'm like, what the fuck is going on back there? Oh, it was a jellyfish.
You definitely had us fooled for a minute there, Jack, but you brought it around.
Yeah.
Well done.
Dude.
If
you want to you really want to get into it, if you really want to chap the front office's ass, really want to finger pop the ass, talk about the Earth maybe being flat. He just fucking
100%. I can't even like my brain doesn't even work that way. I can't even.
He's a big Werner von Braun fan. This guy, big NASA guy, big the Nazi rocket scientist.
The Nazi rocket. Yeah, dude.
What a pull.
They're like, we're just spamming. Cameras are going to Maine. And they're like, what's going on? It's because he's in the back. He's like seizing out.
Dude, fucking Werner, dude. He was the reason we made it to the moon in '69. They still have like buildings and awards.
This is who what's his face is supposed to be in Arthur, right? Isn't this the Nazi scientist guy?
Wait, in the kids TV show,
Arthur? No, not Arthur. What is the show? What is the show? The animated, not Arthur.
Animaniacs
show. No,
Werner von Braun and Animaniacs just being like a fucking Nazi with a big fucking rocket.
Not Arthur. What is that show on FX?
Just says Acme on the back. Just fucking
on FX.
Animated show. Yeah, that guy that drinks a lot. FX anime Archer. Yeah, not Arthur. Archer.
Archer.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. I'm like literally. Have you never watched Archer? The show's fucking great.
Is that modeled?
Everyone tells me it's great.
Is it modeled after Krieger? Is Krieger modeled after him?
Yeah, it's Krieger. That's got to be Krieger.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Come on. Like I'm like animated guy that drinks a lot. You're like, I don't know. Archer.
There's a lot of. I mean, Homer Simpson. He drinks a lot. What's the guy from Futurama? Bender. He's another one.
I was thinking of
FX.
Peter Griffin. I don't know.
Bro. It's like I have flashbacks of last week when he couldn't understand that 4 seasons.
That 4 seasons.
I saw that bit and I fucking wanted to die.
Bro, the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, does he have a defect? I'm like, we're fucking clearly talking about.
I'm still on the right side. I'm still on the right side,
bro.
There's nothing you can say.
Jack's on the right side of history, just like Werner von Braun.
Just like
there was a lot of Nazis that got shit done.
There's a lot of fucking. Is there a family tree on this guy? Can we see what this guy's great grandkids look like? Is there a Manning in there?
This dude also worked on Walt Disney movies, by the way.
Well, duh, we know Walt Disney's a Nazi. I mean, Jesus Christ, how many famous Jew haters are there? And plenty, too many. Now we got Kanye carrying that. Did you see Kanye wearing? We don't have to look this up. Did you see Kanye wearing fucking
no shoes,
football pads the other day?
No shoes. He was just wearing socks.
Yeah, socks and football pads.
He was
wearing. What are we doing?
He was like wearing Muay Thai. He was wearing Muay Thai leg pads the other day, walking around fucking.
Well, and he keeps making that chick he's walking around with cover face. He's like, "Here, wrap your shit
bitch,
up.
we know who you are,
dude."
Yeah. All right, we can.
You're ugly, bitch.
This guy. Are we looking for a family tree?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Oh yeah. Well, they probably Jack's a top G. They probably had that shit scrubbed the moment he got his. He got his certification.
Dude,
good reference though, Jack. That was on point.
Werner von Braun, dude.
I typed in animated shows on FX, and apparently the first one that came up is Dicktown. I don't know what Dicktown is.
Where does Werner von Braun, like a guy like that, where it's like, okay, you did some horrendous shit, but you got us to the moon. So where does that put you on like the
Bro,
scale?
60-40, he's still shit. You killed 7 million Jews.
6 million Jews, space race, like.
Dude, he and Becky, the carpet lady, have the same odds of going.
Here's my thing. Bro, it's 50-50. They're fighting for their spot. He's been waiting around in like the gulag for his opponent. Here comes Becky.
Winner's like, I'm the reason we're on the moon.
Here comes Becky. Right.
Player 2 has entered the arena.
Get ready to fight. Bro, but Becky's gonna fuck him up. She's got the carpet.
She's just throwing rocks at him.
She's throwing rocks.
Fuck you! I can't wait to get the fuck down there. 3v3, bitch. You and me.
He's like, I'm about to fuck you up, pussy.
Becky's like, wait, what did this guy do? He killed 6 million Jews, and I'm fighting him for my spot.
She's like, fuck. She's like, what did I do?
God hates women business owners.
Yeah, dude. You just don't have nuts. That's the only reason you're here, Becky.
Dude, Becky's last name was Rothman, dude. She could have been Jewish.
Yeah.
She's like, this is personal.
She didn't even, that's the thing. Like, she was on her way to heaven, and she goes, wait, what motherfuckers in the gulag? She goes, hold on a second. She goes, put me in there.
This motherfucker on a kill streak?
Yeah, put me in there. It's been my duty. It's my duty to, he's on like a 10 kill streak. He hasn't died since the 60s or whenever the fuck he died.
Yo.
So Becky's like, I'm here to clean up. But yeah, that's fucking hilarious, dude. Oh, fuck.
Oh, fucking.
Poor Becky, dude. Rest in peace to her, though, man. Like, I really can't believe. I thought she was dead.
Yeah, no shit. Oh, God.
Oh, I heard that, and I'm like, damn, dude.
I thought her and the Gettekers guy were fucking.
It's like
both hit the fucking bed.
We're not open on Sundays because that's the day of the Lord.
He goes, we're open every day but the Lord's Day. The Lord's Day.
You remember when she first lost all that weight and it was like, damn, that's the same chick?
We watched that guy get old as fuck, dude. That guy on those Getteker commercials. Becky, yeah, I do remember she lost weight, but like the Getteker guy, he just wrote it out El Natural. Like you just kept, she just kept getting like closer to death.
We're open every day but Sunday.
He can't be dead because every furniture store in the St. Louis area needs to close for like 4 hours.
Yeah,
4 hours, flags at half mast.
What was the what's the other one though? The incest brother and sister Carroll House Furniture.
Damn, I didn't
remember Carroll House Furniture, the brother and sister.
The incestuous furniture.
Bro,
I didn't know they were incest.
Do you guys remember Carroll House? The brother and sister. Yeah, dude, they're like always like touching each other weird, like next to a bed in the commercials. They're totally fucking.
Oh, dude, I thought this was like a fact.
That was suppressed.
Damn, dude, you had me at my. I said I was on the edge of my scooter. I put my feet. I rest my feet on the chair or on the thing. I put both my feet on the ground for that. Yeah, I was like, damn, dude,
they like nice things.
Damn, dude, we're gonna get
libel. Yeah, thanks front office.
Yeah, thanks front office.
Anytime, boys.
Yeah, what a bunch of fucking weirdos. Yeah, I mean, that's a damn shame.
Superstore. The highest
is that a thing still though?
At the lowest price.
Carroll House is, yeah, for sure.
I know Carroll House is. I think there's a Carroll House right at the end of my mother's street. Actually, no, they may have taken that out for no, I believe it's
weekends only.
No, actually, weekends only just closed for good. The one that's been closing on Lindbergh for a decade.
Damn.
I think what you're thinking of is Ashley Furniture.
Ashley is the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's the one next to the Club Fitness.
Ashley's the last one, huh? Like that's the survivor,
dude. Well, they just there was a what was the art van, or was that is that kind of like a thing, art van, or there was some other place that just became a fucking car wash. When the fuck did car washes pop back? Like they're like the thing now, like big boy car washes, like. They're everywhere around here. For every fucking furniture store that closes down, and every Jack in the Box and not White Castle. We're fucking that ain't going nowhere. But every Jack in the Box and Steak and Shake that closes, there's like 4 new, and I'm not talking just like drive-through car washes. I'm talking about the big ones
automated.
That are just like
with
the
like
one
20
that
workers.
you pulled it. Yeah, so when Stuart was in town, I said, "Yo, meet me at the Phillips," and then, I didn't go to a Phillips. I said, "Bro," I go, we were leaving dinner, and I go, before we go back to our place, I go, "Do you guys want to stop by and get drinks and stuff before we go back?" They're like, "Yeah, sure." I go, "Bro, go straight down here, and on the left side, there's a Phillips." I'm thinking I'm at an Amico. I thought it was a Phillips, so he calls me. Like, "Bro, are you here?
Where the fuck are you?"
But it turns out you got to see that. I mean, I guess you had been there already, but those tidal wave gas station type things are, dude. It's like it looks like a fucking space station. Like seriously, like they're fucking huge, but they're everywhere.
Yeah, it's the people that like they love the low overhead businesses that are like cash heavy. It's people that are fucking cleaning money, dude. Car washes and laundromats.
Yeah, no straight
mattress stores,
mattress firm.
We've all seen Breaking Bad, right? Come on now.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, so I was
gonna ask you guys how your Memorial Day weekend was. I was gonna also ask Stu if he sold a lot of boats, but judging by the hat, I should be asking if he sold a lot of newspapers. But no,
hey, Penny, sir.
Hurry!
Put it back on so I can do the last part of that bit. You also look like George R.R. Martin.
Oh yeah.
Now we're done.
I swear to God, the last book's coming.
Yeah,
10 years later.
10 years later.
Dude, fucking Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it was a good little weekend.
Such a disappointment.
Dude, well, the best part of my weekend was the way it ended, and that was watching the Boston Celtics go home and not making me look like a fucking idiot for
so close,
so much shit. Bro, I almost fucked that up. Like, what, dude? I would have taken the throne at that point. Yeah, bro. We'll just touch on this really quick because we're about an hour. We don't want to fucking dive into this, but this was the best part of my long holiday weekend. Was I sat around being a lazy piece. Well, I'm still on a broken foot, so I kind of use this time to rest up my foot. But it was all in it. Yeah, well, I broke my foot, and I've got a torn ligament more than likely. So I've got to go. That was like a month ago. That's a month Thursday.
Damn.
So I had to go see the interrupters in a boot, but Stuart was there behind me. That didn't let that boot stop me. I was shaking. I was shaking and baking, baby.
Did you skank in a boot?
Yes.
Yeah, he pivoted on one foot and spun.
Dude, did you step on some poor bitch's foot? I know you did. Bro, I know you stepped on some poor bitch's foot.
I fucking hope so. I was out there fucking sandal stomping. But fucking anyway, but this was the best part. Like being able to finish off Memorial Day Monday watching the Boston Celtics, and they got fucked up. That was the best part. They got dominated.
Yeah, they did.
And this is my favorite part is the front office just pulled this up, this stat. Caleb Martin came out of fucking nowhere and is an dude. Charlotte cut him. Yep. I forgot about that.
This year?
Like a year ago.
Wow.
Yeah. They just straight up cut him. And then so Jaylen Brown, and this has been the thing, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, thank God Matthew Tkachuk is putting the team on the city on his back like Greg fucking Jennings right now, because Jason Tatum ain't doing shit for St. Louis. Go ahead, text Kobe.
Yeah, let him know. You just got
apologize, because Kobe wasn't gonna
your name again.
Sorry for fucking name dropping you and then going out there and shit in the bed in every second half, and then basically this entire game. I mean, I know he twisted his ankle, which he rolled his foot kind of like I broke my foot, so I understand. Like it's painful.
Athlete to athlete, you understand.
Athlete to, I mean, dude, NBA star to NBA star, I get it. But like
it looked painful.
It looked painful, but come on, dude. That doesn't mean you didn't twist your ankle. That wasn't happening before, and since last week they won those 3 games, and like it really wasn't much thanks to him. I mean, it was like he played well, but like it was a team effort, and like
Derek
you had guys
White.
Like Derek White saved them from the fucking jaws of Jesus Christ, the clutchest shot I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. It was
and then the next day, I sent this to front office, an unnamed front office source called Derek White, the most what was it? The most underrated player in the league. If you don't get the fuck out of here with that, like,
yeah, that's a bullshit, dog.
He is underrated, but he is not the most underrated player in the league.
That's some Linsanity recency bias type shit.
There's exactly.
But it was the
great,
it was the clutchest shot I've ever seen in my goddamn life. And oh baby, that was. I mean, they almost blew that game. They did. They basically gave that game away, and then he saved them. But boy, Game 7 got dominated. And look at this, Jaylen Brown, who is now going to be, I guess, a free agent. Correct?
Yep. Well, they want to sign him. That's what I heard.
Or they want to sign him. I saw that, and then Tatum came out after the game and said we need to re-sign him. But I mean. 130 Caleb Martin
contract negotiations are going to be awkward.
The first thing I'm doing is bringing this up. I'm going to say, okay, so how in the fuck are you want a max deal, a 4 or 5 year max deal, and Caleb Martin, this guy right here, you probably don't even know who he is, Jalen, until 3 days ago. 135 points. He had 2 more points than you on. I mean, I don't want to do the math. Whatever, 130. I mean, I don't know the differences there. Roughly 50. Roughly 40. 50 shots less. Scored 2 more points than you. 133 points on 134 shots. You got to remember, shots. If people who might not know anything, shots are worth 2 or 3 points a piece. Okay, they're not 1 point. That's 2 or 3 point shots, and he had less points than shots. That's a big oops.
I'm fairly certain he still shot like less than 20% or something the entire series. And he's touted as a shooter.
Well, and here's the thing, like, awesome that you guys came back from 3. I will give credit where credit is due. That is sick. I mean, like, that is hard to do. But it's like as soon as I got to Game 7, they just completely threw away how they played the last 3 games. They just went right back to hero ball, right back to everyone just throwing threes up. They couldn't hit the goddamn 3 because everything is short. And it was just like, what the fuck is going on here? I mean, they played just like the team that was down 3-0. And, and Jimmy Butler ended up getting MVP, which 5-4, they came out the votes. Caleb Martin was this guy right here is MVP.
The unnamed hero, not also mentioned, Gabe Vincent.
Gabe Vincent
needs to be mentioned. Deserves his flowers.
Yeah,
dude's
that kid showed up out of nowhere.
Is that stat line meme worthy though? Is it Tony Snell worthy?
This one right here?
Yeah.
No. The Tony Snell, that is like, I mean, he literally had a cardio session.
That's legend.
Yeah, he had a cardio. I mean, they paid him however many thousands of dollars to just run up and to do wind sprints.
So how many minutes did he play that game? It's like, because they call it like let's just say he played like 48 minutes that game. They would call that the 48 billion when you have 48 minutes 0.00000 in your stat line. So there's some guys who have put up some big billion numbers this year for sure. Yeah, but the Tony Snell one's insane.
I don't know. Jaylen Brown's definitely not. I don't know if he goes back to Boston. We'll get it. We can maybe get into this next week a little bit because it's going to be a long. We've still got the finals, which so is Miami Heat and Denver in the finals. We'll get kind of. I don't know when that starts. I'm going Denver in 5, but
giving them a game. Yeah,
I'm going to give them a game, but we'll talk about it a little bit next week because Jaylen Brown. A lot of talks. Is he going to get signed there? Are they going to give him the max? Is he not going to get the max? There's a lot of to be talked about here, and it'd be interesting because he's a great player, but I mean, boy, these clutch moments like this is ugly. Him and Jason Tatum both, I mean, this is it's pretty. And meanwhile, Matthew Tkachuk is just big dicking the NHL playoffs. So
how many championships are coming to Miami in the next 2 weeks?
1,
at least 1.
Florida.
You said 1. The Panthers.
I don't see the Panthers are so
buying
hot.
A lot of cocaine right now, like more than usual.
Dude, they're snooting and booting right now, and them coming back, you know how like there's destiny, like I feel like we were kind of destiny when we won it. I feel like they're destiny, like the way they came back against Boston like that, like they're down 3-1,
3-1, yeah.
It's like, and then they've just they've basically just been unstoppable since. So it's like. I mean, and I guess they've been to overtimes. I guess they've always been kind of the brink. Have they been to the brink in every seat? Because I know that Tkachuk keeps hitting the game winners in every one. I mean, every time there's a game winning situation, Tkachuk's like.
Well, they swept the Hurricanes, and that was so funny that fucking Rob Brendamore's like, it's gonna say we got swept, but we didn't get swept. And I'm like, dude, that's the most pitiful fucking thing I've ever seen. You lost 4 games. Yeah, they were all 1-goal games, but like fucking take the L and don't embarrass yourself, bro. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I didn't even know he said that. What an idiot.
Oh, bro, it was literally
Rob
so
Brindamore
bad.
is still the thing that pisses me off about Rob Brindamore is he still has not gotten with the times of, he has a suit coat on or jacket on when he's coaching, so you can't see the undershirt, but he doesn't wear like a fitted undershirt. He wears those undershirts from like the 90s, the huge poof,
Hell yeah.
Really?
And like, so when he takes off his jacket, like he's got this
looks like he's wearing pajamas.
He's got this huge like poof in the back because like he's still wearing like the 1995, or 2000 style dress shirt. And I'm like, Rob,
dude's still built like it's 1995.
Well, he's a bad motherfucker. Yeah, I mean, he
Rob
would
Brindamore,
probably whoop the fuck out of like half that lie. It's like what's his face for us? Berube would probably slap the dick off of half our roster.
No matter what you do as an NHL coach this year, nothing is a worse look than Danny Briere's kid throwing that girl's wheelchair down the fucking flight of stairs. So you're in pretty good company when you in comparison.
Damn, that's savage. I didn't know about that.
You didn't hear about that?
No,
dude, his dad he almost got his dad fired from his job. Everybody was like, dude,
like
that's
security
fucked
cam
up.
footage.
Is this recent?
Dude,
yeah, it was like 2 months. It was like 2 months ago or something like that, probably.
Yeah,
it was this year.
College bar, and he climbs up the stairs, and they helped this handicapped girl up to the top of the stairs. They put her in like her stool. They're like, okay, let's get the wheelchair out of the way. So they have it at the top of this flight of stairs. This dude comes into the bar, looks at the bar.
He puts in a fucking zen. Like he's like fucking.
He looks at the bar. He's like, look at the chair, and they push it. Oh, look, it goes, and they just whoop, and you just send it down a flight of stairs.
It's just fucking tumbling wheel over wheel, like crash, and they like laugh, and then they just walk away. Yeah, and then
like, fuck this.
He's an asshole.
This is boring. Let's get out of here.
This is boring.
This is fucking boring, dude.
Fuck this. Then the local news is like post like a video. They're like, help us identify these two people, and it ends up being Danny Briere's kid. So a lot of people are like, yeah, I recognize that guy.
Moments later, he beat up a homeless guy. I was like, why does that spit on some homeless guy? Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, so fuck you, Boston. That's all I gotta say about that. Fuck you, Boston. I'm glad.
Sports fans
forever. You guys are bad people. So, and I hope Dave Portnoy fucking is miserable. I saw he's super sick, or something.
Good.
So
hope the sickness wins.
He was so sick, and then he made a video saying he crawled out of bed for the first time in 30 hours, and he got himself onto the couch to watch the Celtics Game 7, and they got blown up by 20. So,
welcome back, Dave.
Welcome back, Dave. You piece of shit. So,
it wasn't a fever dream.
It wasn't a fever dream, baby. But on that note, what is this? 49? 49. So we are on episode 49. We are 1 week away from our second milestone, our second small milestone, a little feather in the kizzy.
Fitty.
Our 50 cent. And our Curtis Jackson is coming up. So this is a good one. I like this. I had fun today, fellas. This was a good one.
So if any fans of the show want to give us a call in, thank us on our 50th, we might try to pipe a couple of those into the episode. You never know. You might. So yeah.
If our podcast ever talked you off a ledge, saved your life,
leave me a voice message in my Instagram, and I will. I'll make sure we get a couple of them on the show.
We'll open up the Google Voice line.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll have 2 or 3 phones set up because I'm sure we're going to be fucking packed. So don't worry, you will get your chance. Just wait.
I don't know if I can handle it all, guys.
And
we'll have to get a second front office, dude.
And to my FBI agent, please stop trying to sell me automatic rifles through instant message online. I'm not falling for that again.
Seriously,
one-time deal.
Seriously,
yeah.
He knows
I was at that Walmart for 6 hours. You guys didn't show up. That's your fault.
Yeah, sorry.
Only once. Shame on me.
Oh, that's so fucking funny. But anyway, yeah, episode 49. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys are following our TikTok and our YouTube shorts. Make sure you guys hit the bell so you guys are notified when we drop. But like I said, YouTube shorts and TikTok, we're pushing that shit. Share it, comment on it, because we're ready to hop in them comments and talk some shit. We are not afraid to mix it up with you motherfuckers. So let us know. Keep an eye out for our stuff. 8 a.m. every Wednesday. You guys have a good week. It's heating up out there. Stay cool. It's hotter than a motherfucker. So stay cool, and we'll see you next week.
Rest in peace, Becky.
Boston. Rest in peace, Becky.
Bye.